Yo, welcome back to another video. We're gonna get right into it. Yeah. Uh, we got another video about WrestleMania. This is WWE Ruthless Aggression. No, WWE Ruthless Depression era is here. John Cena, Grand Slam, real WWE fight, and wrestling news. I think I know what that real WWE fight was. I think when Liv Morgan and Mandy Rose was on like promo school or whatever, they were doing promos while training. They got in a fight. That could be that. I wouldn't be mad at Dom losing the belt, man, because he's still gonna have another championship. Um, I feel like he had a pretty good run, a lot better than most. It's a lot better than the Jey Uso Intercontinental Championship reign, no matter which one it will be or was. Anyways, we're ready to get right into it. Here we go. Let's get right into it. I said that twice.
It is WrestleMania here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including WWE in major trouble. Are we now in the Ruthless Depression era? A wrestler receiving death threats? John Cena becoming a Grand Slam champion tonight? The real reason for Drew McIntyre's suspension? Is a legend training for a return? Mandy Rose and Liv Morgan got into a real fight, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Now let's hit the intro and get straight into our first story. Now first story looks at WWE in major trouble. Now top story today takes a look at WWE's latest attendance problem, as things are going from bad to worse for the biggest wrestling promotion in the world. WWE attendance has been significantly down in 2025, and this has mainly been an issue with the SmackDown product. The blue brand has failed to capture the excitement of the fans, and some have even labeled it as the worst WWE output since 2019. Thankfully, nobody can top that shit show of a year though. But to make things even worse for WWE, ticket sales have now been revealed for the December 19th SmackDown, and the information makes for harrowing reading. According to the reputable site WrestleTix on X, WWE sold just under 1,400 tickets for the show. That's it, 1,400 tickets. This could be one of the lowest attended shows in WWE history. Weirdly, WWE have only set up the arena for 4,000 or so fans, meaning that they're slowly accepting that SmackDown is no longer a show that fans want to attend in the masses. In June, WWE had a SmackDown show in the same exact arena that attracted way over 10,000 people. This is a drop-off of almost 9,000 fans. This is shocking, and WWE needs to act fast, or these horrific attendance numbers are only going to decrease as the months go on. And just remember that this is post-Mania, where WWE always receives a bit of a fall-off. The WWE has been urged to take action with the SmackDown product, as the reception to the product is completely in the gutter. Last week's show on Cage Match was rated as one of the worst shows of all time, and it's rather telling that when the WWE product is hot, they remind fans every 5 seconds, but when the product is failing to deliver, they're completely silent and refuse to make any significant changes. It was reported a number of weeks ago that the creative changes on SmackDown had been implemented, but these have yet to be seen with the shows that we've been getting as of late. And fans on social media have theorized that WWE is mainly focused on Raw, and this theory has a ton of merit. Raw is mostly consistent on a weekly basis, and the attendance numbers of the Red brand are sky high. The Netflix deal is evidently a big focus for WWE, but SmackDown has the face of the company on it, that being Cody Rhodes, so WWE are massively letting Rhodes and every other talent on SmackDown down by delivering lackluster creative. It's a surprise that the USA Network haven't expressed their disappointment with the SmackDown numbers, as they've been pretty much screwed over with their latest contract, and when it comes to renegotiate SmackDown's deal on USA, they may be in serious trouble. But are we now in the Ruthless Depression era? And last week, fans on social media were hilariously labeling this current WWE era as the Ruthless Depression era. This was mainly due to the product being underwhelming and lifeless, and our top WWE stars using the phrase on social media. Drew McIntyre would take to X to post pictures from his SmackDown appearance with the caption Ruthless Depression. And McIntyre is a name that is chronically online, as has evidently seen fans use the phrase and has decided to use it to further his WWE persona. It's somewhat a surprise that McIntyre has been given permission to use this catchphrase, especially due to what it represents within the IWC. If the post on X is mysteriously deleted over the next few days, it's likely down to WWE management taking issue with the phrase, and they want to avoid one of their top stars drawing attention to the negativity when it comes to the product. But whilst we're on the subject of Drew McIntyre, what was the real reason behind his WWE suspension? Drew McIntyre was written off WWE television on SmackDown by being suspended by Nick Aldis, and now we know the real reason behind this. It turns out that the former WWE champion is filming a movie, according to Dave Meltzer on the latest Wrestling Observer Radio. There's currently no news of yet in relation to how long McIntyre will be away from WWE programming, but his feud with WWE champion Cody Rhodes is far from over. Next up is Cena becoming a Grand Slam champion tonight. Now, a major championship match is reportedly set for tonight's episode of WWE Raw in Boston. The final Raw John Cena will be on in Boston. According to Body Slam, John Cena will challenge Dominic Mysterio for the WWE Intercontinental Championship, the one title Cena has never held, and if he wins it, he becomes a Grand Slam champion before he retires. It's been said that the match was originally scheduled for Survivor Series, but WWE has now changed plans and brought it over to Boston, which makes more sense as this is Cena's hometown, and this is his final Raw in his hometown. Interestingly, WWE have also uploaded a video of Dominic Mysterio's Intercontinental title reign. Is this foreshadowing his loss tonight? Next up, the truth behind an AEW incident. Now, over the weekend, an incident in AEW dominated headlines within the wrestling media, and now a further update has been provided. According to Fightful Select, Miranda Elise and Tegan Knox requested more than 3 minutes of time for the match, but this was impossible as the show had been planned out. PW Insider originally reported that Miranda Elise and the former Tegan Knox and Nixon Newell refused to lose to Anna Jay and Tay Conti. Fightful Select has heard that actually wasn't the case. Instead, the duo requested more than 3 minutes that were planned for the match. They were told that by then, the time for the show had been budgeted out and set. We're told that the two then left the show about an hour before it started. And it was also added that AEW simply wanted to help Knox out after she received a distinct lack of booking since her WWE exit. There was immediate and immense reaction internally from AEW personalities and staff. One AEW staffer told Fightful that both Newell and Elise are talented, but that there was a push to help Newell out after she revealed she wasn't getting many bookings. Another said that they were disappointed to hear about the situation, as it seemed out of character for Newell specifically. AEW sources reportedly informed Fightful Select that this isn't the first time Knox had an issue within AEW, which naturally isn't going to help her prospects when it comes to future bookings. But she's also receiving death threats. Now, both those wrestlers have since broken their silence on the matter, and according to both, they attended AEW television on Wednesday but weren't booked for the show. In relation to the AEW Collision incident, they decided that the match outcome wouldn't benefit anyone, and they were told they had permission to leave if they wished. The situation is now getting way out of hand as some fans decided to send death threats to the former AEW star. On a Twitch stream, Knox stated she woke up with multiple death threats from the IWC. It's lovely waking up to death threats again for standing up for what we believe in and looking out for the company. I had multiple today. I got 3 today and it's always with the IWC, so it is what it is. This is obviously not okay and there's never an excuse to send death threats to anybody. Next up, WWE gives 0 Fs about this title. The presentation and booking of the WWE Women's US title has received a ton of criticism since its inception. The title has been barely defended on television, and as things stand, the title is yet to be defended on a single WWE PLE. A specific criticism was offered towards the reign of Julia, as WWE seemed to have no clue how to book a reign, and they had to drop it back to Chelsea Green in a minute on last week's SmackDown. In a confusing move, WWE have the story of the match focus on Chelsea Green wanting to ensure that Julia didn't become the longest reigning US champion. The issue with this was that she'd already reached that milestone when the match took place, meaning that SmackDown's writers can't even keep up with their own records and continuity. Fightful Select's latest Q&A offering has provided a clear update when it comes to the status of the title, and it turns out that WWE never had a plan for the title, and they never really cared about the existence of the title itself. The reality is that WWE has never had a plan nor really cared about the US title. It was a hastily made decision after Chelsea Green and Mishin had a banger of a feud without a title, and there was no world title programs for either woman. So in addition to adding the IC title that Becky Lynch willed into relevance, they added the US title with no significant creative plans or real time that they planned on giving it. And this is all evident in the booking of the title, and introducing the titles for the sake of it is a complete waste of time and historically has always ended in disaster. We've seen how much success the Women's IC Championship has been over on Raw, but this has predominantly been down to Becky Lynch. Lynch treats the title like it's the world title, and it's a regular fixture on WWE PLEs. WWE just has no desire to treat the US title in the same manner. The big calls from fans to see a main event style name such as Bianca Belair
They don't
or even
care
Charlotte
about
Flair
that
take the
title.
title and deliver open
We could keep
challenges.
doing tag
Whilst this could
matches.
work, the SmackDown's women's division is so shallow that they would simply run out of challenges within the space of a month. Next up, a legend training for a return. A wrestling legend Chris Jericho turned 55 yesterday, and the wrestling great took to Instagram to show off his body transformation. The inaugural WWE Undisputed Champion looks to be in the best shape of his life, and this has fueled speculation that Jericho is WWE bound. The majority of the comments on Jericho's post are directly referencing a potential WWE return, so it's possibly the worst kept secret in wrestling right now. Jericho's AEW deal is set to expire next month, and it looks extremely likely that by January, Jericho is back in the WWE ring. AEW did actually send out a birthday message to Jericho on X, but they do this for all contracted talent, so this doesn't necessarily mean that Jericho is staying in the company, and even fans started to troll the post by saying this is the last birthday that he spends in AEW. There are rumors that fans can expect a Jericho return at the Rumble in Saudi Arabia. Jericho is such a huge name that it's only fitting that he returns on a stage such as the Rumble. This would also mean that Jericho is in a position to have one final WrestleMania matchup, and he could even go in the Hall of Fame in the same weekend, which would be a fitting close to an iconic career that has spanned multiple decades. Next up, Mandy Rose and Liv Morgan got into a real fight. During a promo class at the WWE Performance Center, Mandy Rose and Liv Morgan reportedly escalated a scripted drill into an actual physical confrontation. According to Sonya Deville, what began as a planned pull-apart segment turned into chaos when the pair began genuinely fighting. When speaking on CJ Perry's Identity Crisis podcast, Deville mentioned, "We're in promo class and we did this drill and it's called a pull-apart promo. You do a pretend pull-apart. People are security or other people are pulling you off the other girl and you're just pretending, and then you have to cut a promo right after." So they're doing a pull apart. Me, Aaliyah, Danielle, Camella, we were the three people to pull them apart. I'm in the middle of the two of them and then they're doing it and it feels normal at first. Then I'm feeling wind whiz past my ear and I'm like, yo, they're really throwing. And I hear one of them say, "What up, bitch?" Then I look, Aaliyah's gone, Danielle is gone. They bounce because now it is a scramble and I'm in the middle. I'm shooting on both of them to get off each other. Mandy had Giona, aka Liv Morgan's hair. Giona had Mandy's hair, and they're screaming each other and swinging for the fences. Finally, the boys slide in to help me rip them apart. They get in the ring, we get them apart, they slide out, coaches are yelling, Man Bloom comes in and everyone's freaking out. Mandy was so proud at the time that she didn't have her hair extensions back then, so Liv rolls out and she's like, "You pull my hair." And Mandy goes, "At least my hair is real, bitch." And they're just effing each other up now, cursing each other out. The coaches come in and gave a big speech. I think one swung a little too snug and the other retaliated. Deville mentioned that this was not a storyline or a planned angle. This was a legit heat between two wrestlers in training. And finally, a WWE return incoming. Our final story today takes a look at another return coming in 2026. 2026 could be the year of returns in WWE, as names such as Bianca Belair, Seth Rollins, and potentially even Kevin Owens could all return to action. One name that is also set to return is Zoe Stark, as Bodyslam Plus 5 Patreon reports that Stark is set to return in the middle of 2026. On the May 19th episode of Monday Night Raw, Zoe Stark suffered a serious knee injury in a Money in the Bank qualifying match against Rhea Ripley and Kairi Sane. Stark went for a missile dropkick and landed awkwardly, resulting in a torn ACL, MCL, and meniscus. Stark's recovery has been going well, and the initial timeline for a return is currently somewhere in the middle of 2026. WWE officials are still very high on Stark and have been talking about the direction of her character upon return as a potential babyface. Stark has a ton of potential, and the idea of her trying out a babyface character is rather interesting. Before her injury, she was teasing an RT-style character on social media, but sadly this was dropped likely due to her injury. This could have been a fun and fresh take on the classic Attitude Era gimmick, especially with characters such as Rhea Ripley pushing PG guidelines on a weekly basis. But there you have it, folks. Our look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some.
So, it's crazy. Anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna try to do 3 more videos, or maybe just 2. It's 7:02. We'll watch the wrestling show today. Starts at 8. Anyways, let's get out of here.